All right, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing some tips on RV maintenance that sometimes dealers don't tell you about when they're selling you an RV. Come on, let's go for number one. All right, so one of the tips they don't talk to you about, the hitch. You want to make sure you get a hitch that has some kind of shock absorber on it. A lot of times they want to put a hitch on to what they have, okay? If they don't have like a shock absorbing hitch, they'll just put you a regular pin system in if it's a fifth wheel. If you get one that does not have a shock absorber in it, it makes the ride terrible. The ride's much better if you get a setup, whether it's a regular goose hitch like this. It's a pin system that has a absorber in it. You can even get these type systems in towables. They have systems where the receiver itself has a shock absorber in it. So that's one of the tips I would give you. Anytime you're getting an RV, new or used, make sure you get one of them. It makes the ride a lot better, and it makes towing a pleasure. Let's get to the next one. The next pro tip is the toilet. The little thought about, little discussed toilet maintenance. This is another critical factor. If you do not maintain this, you'll get a toilet paper pyramid in your black tank. There's plenty of videos on YouTube talking about that. How do you help prevent that? Is you keep water in your tank, okay? So after you go to the dump station, you dump your black tank, put water back in it. I try to put at least 5 to 8 gallons in hours. That helps keep the anything in there moist and prevents any kind of leftover toilet paper or anything from hardening and turning into bricks. Another one is shower maintenance. That's right, shower maintenance. What you want to do is get into the shower and caulk these seams at the very minimum once a year. Sometimes I do it twice, depending on how. All right, another one overlooked. The old hot water heater. There's a sacrificial anode right here. This is something that's never talked about, but that's what you need to do, is make sure you get plenty of these, check these, change these out often. Also, when it comes to winterization, you want to try to empty your hot water tank. If you leave water in it and you're not camping, and if it's full of water, when it freezes, it will expand and destroy your hot water heater. So the way I do it is I empty this and I drain all my lines. We just went through the coldest winter ever. 0 frozen pipes, 0 issue with a hot water heater. So that's my tip on that. All right, another one, AC maintenance. This one's never been talked about. I bought multiple different campers from different dealerships. No one ever discusses AC maintenance. You need to clean your AC minimum twice a year, especially if you lived in the southeast where there's a lot of humidity. These things their drain trays will clog, and these things will leak inside your camper, causing a terrible mess. Terrible mess. So this is something that definitely needs to be done twice a year. That's what I'm doing up here today. There's some very good YouTube videos already on there. Just search it. They'll show you how to get it done. I got you some bonus footage. This is the rear AC. I did the front one, there was nothing there. The rear one is a Dometic. The first thing I saw once I took it off, of course, it had a lot of dirt and stuff. It's been a long time since this one's been serviced. Well, anyway, the first thing I noticed was it was a lot of dust up in here. But what's missing here is this right here, and that's exactly where I found it. This is the sensor that that tells the unit whether or not this is starting to ice over. It was way down here. So the main reason why this thing is condensing so much, leaking so much, is that it's freezing over. The little sensor's not kicking off. And so I thought that was pretty interesting. Then once I get finished doing that, we'll be good to go. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I hate saying that, but I better.